Hello and welcome back to How About That Crypto, your home for regular crypto and Web3 news and updates with your host, Bitcoin Stylist. Today's news and updates is 100% about the biggest news in crypto right now. And if you might know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, I'm glad you tuned in today because this is a really big story. Is crypto having another Terra, Luna, and Three Arrows Capital event? The implications could be far reaching. Don't worry, I'm going to explain it all. Please like, subscribe, follow, comment. Seriously, like, subscribe, follow, comment. Just interact with my channel, please. It helps support me. Thanks. And don't forget, this is not financial advice. Use the links below to do your own research. All right. So I'm sure you've heard, and if you haven't, listen up. The acclaimed Warren Buffett of crypto turns out to be not even close to the rock that Warren Buffett was during the 2008 financial crisis when he helped shore up multiple firms. Sam Bankman-Fried, the head of FTX and co-founder of Alameda Research, has fallen. This is extremely unfortunate. Just recently, there have been a number of interviews with Sam Bankman-Fried, or SBF, from here on out, about his proposals for regulation. So he's out there putting out proposals for regulation. They're met with a ton of backlash from the industry. He was on his way to getting canceled. At least those were my thoughts at the time. Many investors and companies felt that they were being left out of his proposals, and some even felt he was lobbying Congress against his competitors. Well, I don't know about all that, but it was foreshadowing. But who would have thought what was coming was the collapse of FTX? I've been consuming so much content to find the information that I think is important in all this, and I found this Bloomberg article it at least touches on many of the things that I've found littered throughout all the news. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. There's one article. I'm going to dig into a little bit and expand on it. So some of my information is just from all of the research that I've done. Sorry. Okay, so let's just read a little bit here. So this is an article by Hannah Miller on Bloomberg titled Sam Bankman-Fried's Emperor Aura Makes Downfall a Crypto Stunner. FTX.com has seen a crypto industry leader in backstop. Some shocked investors found out about the bailout on Twitter. So this article is pretty well written. It's a little like, I don't know. It's well written, but it's also not straight down to the facts. So let's dig in a little bit here. Sam Bankman-Fried was supposed to be different than run-of-the-mill crypto types. He was this wonder kind, a 30-year-old with a preternatural gift for math who had quickly built a crypto empire and then shrewdly expanded it during the worst of the industry. Yet while FTX was part of that, it seemed more than just an exchange. It was something of a one-stop shop for crypto boosterism. With its financial backing, market-making heft, Washington lobbying muscle, and penchant for offering bailouts of its own that reached most corners of the industry. The question how is if the great SBF can be done in this quickly in no more than a handful of days. What does that say of anyone else in the once hot industry now enduring a prolonged rout that's wiped out of $2 trillion of market value? Okay, so this, it's a little, like I said, the writing, it's a good writing, it's enjoyable writing, but it's also not good for like reading. So let's dig in. So this has basically led to one of the big drops in crypto. We had a big meltdown in June, Three Arrows Capital, Terra Luna. I did tons of videos on that, digging into exactly what happened. I imagine this will be the same, which means that it is not over yet. I call it a buying opportunity, but I think, like I said, I think it could be going further down than that. So I'm going to read a little bit of something here. FTX and Bankman-Fried's influence is arguably even bigger than that of Three Arrows Capital, whose collapse set off a wave of pain across the industry just months ago. You remember, Voyager went under, and I'm an investor in Voyager. So if you've been listening, then I've been following that. We just got an update on that, but this all is on question now. BlockFi was bailed out by FTX, and Terra Luna collapsed. Celsius collapsed, and it just turned out that all these people were taking extreme risk with your money. not your money, my money. I don't know if your money's in, but with my money, like WTF, to get that stuff off of their exchanges. Don't let them hold your money. Okay, so let's keep moving on. I think this is just super nuts. So FTX was valued at over $30 billion dollars by some blue chip investors like SoftBank and others. So that's a big deal. How did they go from being valued at over 30 billion to on the brink of collapse within a couple of days? All right, let's keep moving on. Okay, so check this paragraph out here. FTX.US, the exchange's American affiliate, which is not included in the preliminary Binance deal, provided crypto lender BlockFi Inc. with a $400 million revolving credit facility that came with the option to purchase the company outright. Alameda Research, a crypto trading firm that was also co-founded by Bankman-Fried, offered a $485 million loan to Voyager Digital that failed to save the crypto brokerage from bankruptcy. FTX.US later won an auction for Voyager Digital assets. So for our selfish needs here in the US, and if you're FTX.US user, I don't know if you're an FTX.com user. I don't even know if you can use FTX.com in the US. But if you're a US investor and you're using FTX.US, it sounds like they're saying that it'll be kept separate. I find that very hard to believe. Like, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. After what happened in June, it just seems that this whole industry is so connected in ways that maybe it shouldn't be connected, in terms of like, if there was regulation even close to the financial markets in crypto, then Sam Bankman-Fried wouldn't be able to be the owner of Alameda Research, which is a trading firm that's trading on his platform that he owns as well, called FTX. I mean, and so it turns out that Alameda Research was getting a ton of FTT tokens from FTX, and then they were leveraging them to make bets. It's a utility token. Oh my gosh. And then oh my gosh. And then what happened? What happened? There's a leaked Alameda Research some sort of like document that shows their balance sheet, and it was looking troublesome. CZ from Binance came out, the owner of Binance came out and was like, yo, we're getting rid of these. We don't like the way things are looking. And then when they were pressed again, they said, we also don't support people who lobby against us. So it's unclear if CZ knew exactly what he was doing when he told the market, we're dumping the FTT token because things aren't looking good, following the Alameda Research document that was leaked. So was this just a good opportunity for CZ to attack FTX by dumping it and signaling to the market? And then stupid Alameda Research came out and said, oh, we're going to defend the FTT token at $22. So not only do you have the largest crypto exchange in the world saying, we're going to dump FTT token, we don't like what we're hearing, and we don't like SBF or FTX, SBF, because he's lobbying, this is lobbying that he's been doing. Binance was one of the people that felt like they were being attacked by SBF. So was this all planned? Who knows? But it sure brings up a point that's been bringing up around all of Twitter and YouTube about how CZ would not be able to announce that he's dumping a token and signaling to the market and bringing down another competitor. He could be brought in on, violating certain types of regulations on communication of things like this. I mean, if you know more about that, let me know. Leave a comment below. But these type of things do kind of pique the ears of regulators. We'll get in that in a second. So just know that CZ from Binance saw this Alameda document dropped showing like maybe a potentially over leveraged FTT token. They said they're going to drop it. Alameda says they're going to defend it at 22. Enter the speculators, enter the shorts. Like, what do you think is going to happen? As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, someone's going to short FTT token before they even came out and said they're going to defend it at $22. Oh my gosh. So that was not good, but also like, how are they that sensitive to this? Like, they're obviously over leveraged. So the question is, how does Alameda, who does Alameda own debt to? How are they going to get their money back? I mean, what I'm hearing is that users of FTX are going to get their holdings back 1-to-1, but like, I mean, I've heard this stuff all before, you know, and what's going to happen with Voyager Digital? Is there going to be contagion that spreads to FTX.us, and then all of us that have been waiting for this Voyager Digital bailout to go through to get some of our money back, and they're talking about giving us 70% back of our money for Voyager Digital, then is that not going to happen? That's going to suck, you know, and then like, what's going to happen to all the other companies that this group has invested in and given money to? You know, are they going to end up being victims? So we could potentially be looking at a bigger contagion. So is it going to spread to others? Let's check this out. So overall, Walsh said, so who's Walsh? Let's see, where is this? Okay. Walsh is, sorry. Walsh. I don't know. It looks like I'm okay. Matt Walsh is a founding partner at crypto venture capital Castle Island Ventures. So it's someone they're interviewing for this. Let's see here. Sorry. All right. So first, I want to read this paragraph. Industry investors have zeroed in on Alameda being a potential pain point for Bankman-Fried moving forward. The company is an active borrower in the crypto industry and reports that the firm held a lot of its assets in FTX's FTT token, which has declined sharply in price, likely helped trigger the deal with Binance. So remember what I said. They hold a ton of FTT token, which is the FTX.com exchanges utility token, and they're, from what I understand, is they're using that, leveraging it like crazy, and trading with it. But then as soon as that value drops out, what happens? They gotta call it in, and it all starts getting called in. So that's just like a house of cards, really. While Bankman-Fried has said that FTX and Alameda are separate companies, the close relationship between the two has come under fire. I mean, yeah, I mean, if they're own a ton of FTT tokens and they're using that to leverage, I mean, they're just kind of like trying to print their own money. It looks like not good. I extremely disagree with that. So, okay, so kind of moving down further, they were looking at FTX's floundering will massively increase the focus from regulators on all market participants and draw more attention to whether tokens like FTT are unregistered securities. Well, I mean, it's not a security, but it kind of sounds like a security. I mean, if they're using that money to leverage it, those tokens to leverage them to make trades, I don't know. Doesn't seem like that's a security, but sounds more like a utility token or a commodity. But anyway, Arthur Breitman, the co-founder of the Tezos blockchain, said in a statement that it will be interesting to see whether an acquisition of FTX by Binance will draw away support from other major blockchains. I think that's important, by the way. He noted that FTX has been a major backer of the Solana blockchain, while Binance has its own Binance Smart Chain. I'm curious to see if FTX will continue to back Solana under the new leadership, or if they'll pivot to Binance Smart Chain. Notably, the Solana token has dropped 23%. So there you have it. That's the news so far. When I get more information, I'll let you know. But I outlined the pieces that have been falling, and I expect there to be more pain. So will I buy a little now? Probably. I can't help myself. These numbers are pretty good, like 17,000 and 1,200 for Bitcoin and Ethereum respectively. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a little bit, but I'm not gonna buy so much that I can't buy more when they go down more. And I mean, there's calls for this to be the actual event that brings in the bottom, and I've been weary about the market because I just refuse to believe that all that shit that went on with 3 Arrows Capital, Voyager, Celsius, etc., Terra Luna, that was contained. I just refuse to believe it. Now, this might not be related at all, but it turns out that maybe I was right, but not necessarily right. Just lucky that I waited. Anyway, let me know what you think. Did you take a big hit? Are you looking at this as a buying opportunity? What are your thoughts? Do you have any more information for me? Please let me know. Leave a comment below. Have a good day. Hodl on.